There are two big questions you should really think about when it comes to branding your business. Number one, who and what are you serving? And number two, what kind of vibe do you want your brand to give off? Hey boss ladies, in this video we're going to cover question number one. Who and what are you serving? And I'm going to give you 5 big questions to think about when you're really trying to nail down your target audience. But this video is going to be a part of a series, and in the next one we're going to cover the kind of vibe you want your brand to give off. So be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss any updates. So I know that if you are searching for branding topics, you've probably heard things like create your avatar and who is your ideal client, answer all of these demographic questions and give your avatar a name. And you may be thinking, yeah, I've got it, I know it, it's up here, I know who I'm targeting. Or you may be thinking, well, anyone who comes to my site and reads my stuff, that's my person. But bear with me, because I have been there. I have thought these same things, and these questions and knowing your target audience is really important, and it helps you overall when writing content and creating graphics for your business. I want you to decide today who your target audience is, because you can't design visuals and write content that speaks to everyone on the planet. When you try that, it is typically boring and no one is interested. But I get it. As soon as you start to think, okay, I am going to serve this group of people with this one thing that I am really feeling right now, that they seem to be feeling right now, your mind might start to scream in there things like, but what about this other group of people and this other thing I like to talk about, and I don't want to cut them off, and I don't want to leave money on the table, and I have so many ideas and so many people I want to work with. But honestly, how is that currently working for you? Do you feel scattered and all over the place and don't even really know how to find any people? So like I said, I have been there, and it wasn't until I silenced that pushback in my own head and stuck with my decision to refine my audience and refine my services that I could actually begin to connect with my audience of boss ladies and get really good at what I serve. So for me, that looked like archiving a Facebook group that was getting pretty big, but I talked about various graphic platforms and talked about Canva and Adobe, and was targeting audience of DIY people and also of audience that I might take on as clients. And really the group was just dead. Nothing was going on over there except for I had numbers. So I temporarily archived that group and focused on just Canva. Notice that I said temporarily, because here's the thing. After you get really good at your one thing and you're rocking it and really connecting with your audience, then you can broaden and grow your business, either by broadening your audience or adding back in another topic. Like for me, I do plan on adding Adobe back in down the road. Or an even better option might be that you start offering premium top dollar services and products to an even narrower audience. So really honing in on your audience and getting focused on what you serve can really help you in the long run, because there are many ways to grow. But your business is like a tree with branches, and before you get your branches, you first have to plant and nourish the seed. So there are all kinds of ways to really nail down your target audience, your ideal person. Today I'm just going to give you 5 main questions to get you started. Now, of course, the more details and information you have about your audience or your ideal person, the better. But let's start with these 5. Number 1, you need to know their basic demographics, their age. Are you going after a particular gender? If location is important, what income level you might want to be going after, basic demographics. Number 2, what does your target audience do? So if you're in business to business, then you probably need to know what type of business they're in. But if you're more into business to consumer, you might need to know their hobbies or what's taking up a lot of their time, things like that. Number 3, relating to your services and the things that you're putting out online. What is your audience's biggest pain points? What is driving them crazy? What's taking up too much time? What do they spend time thinking about at night? What stresses them out? And then building on that, number 4, how can you offer services, products, content that helps them with those things? And then number 5, which I think is the business in building a personal brand, is what are things that you might have in common with your audience? And think in terms of making connections. And these can be totally random things. You won't necessarily incorporate all of them into your branding, but you might at some point incorporate it in content or in videos, or you may find something from your list that you do pull from your branding. So for me, I love coffee, and I actually do, well, it's over here, incorporate it in my brand. And I may connect with an audience about that. Another random thing that people might connect with me for is my love of Harry Potter. You might see me in videos wearing Harry Potter shirts or drinking out of a mug, and occasionally I forget to turn off my phone and my Harry Potter ringtone sounds. I'm really such a dork. Other things that I would connect with my audience is that I'm a wife, a mom, that I have a dog who I love and spoil rotten. These can be just totally random things, but extra things that are part of your personal brand that just helps you be real and connect with your ideal people. So just to review really quickly, the 5 main things that you need to know about your ideal audience is the basic demographics, what they do, what their biggest pain points are, how you can serve them, and 5, what are some connection things that you might have in common with your audience. And I would really love to hear in the comments what you think some of those things might be for you, what you might have in common with your audience that you can start building connections over. And be sure to subscribe because, like I said, this is part of a series, and in the next video we're going to be talking about the other half of your brand, which is what kind of vibe do you want to be putting out there? What do you want your visuals to be giving off when people see them? So it will probably pop up over here somewhere or over here when it's ready, but until then, make sure you hit subscribe and ring that bell. And before you go, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to chat with me in the comments below.